Good morning and welcome to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS pitcher picks for Friday, July 7th, 2017. We've got a full slate of games. I want to bring you three of my favorite pitching options, and just as a spoiler alert, they are expensive. Sometimes that's just how the dominoes fall. So let's get things started off with Drew Pomeranz, 16.8 on Fantasy Draft, 8,600 FanDuel, 8,700 on DraftKings. Really, he's just provided average results on the season. This guy is someone who has three outcomes, which is kind of a good thing. He's either going to get batted around pretty significantly, or he's going to come in and give you, 35 to 40 FanDuel points, 17 to 19 DraftKings points. But the reality of the situation is he has such a high strikeout upside that he could just as easily go out there in the right situation and drop a 60-point game on FanDuel, a 30-plus point game on DraftKings. He's taking on a Rays team that I'm sure many are going to be quite a bit hesitant to go after. And I mention it every time in my articles with the Rays, that this is a team that's either going to give you a huge score for your pitcher or they're going to tear your pitcher up. High strikeout rate, high ISO, high WOBA, high hard hit rate. So, that's the risk you have to take. If you think Pomeranz can pitch around them, by all means, go ahead. I think that for the most part, people will kind of be off of that mentality tonight after seeing another lefty of a much higher caliber in Chris Sale not get batted around yesterday, but give up enough runs at his price that it would make you feel uncomfortable to use him. Next up, let's go to Jacob deGrom, 2,800 fantasy draft, 11K FanDuel, 11.8 DraftKings. deGrom gets 2 extra days of rest, having his start moved from Wednesday to Friday, because as we know in Washington, if there's any chance that there's going to even be clouds, there's a probability of the games being canceled or delayed to the point where they don't start until the West Coast games do. He's going up against, I don't know why, of course he's going up against the Cardinals tonight, and it's not really an offense that I'm that scared of. They seem to kind of disappear in situations like this, so I think there's enough safety that you can use him, but he's just been playing so well. He seems to have his full stroke back. Definitely want to have some exposure to deGrom tonight. Finishing things up, let's go Max Scherzer, 25.5 fantasy draft, 12.4 FanDuel, 13.2 DraftKings. Look, I told you, I warned you in the intro, these were going to be expensive pitchers. That's just how everything falls for me tonight. You've got enough options on the board that I truly do believe, even if it will make you feel uncomfortable, you can get both Scherzer and deGrom in there. You're not going to get cores in there with them. That's something that's just not going to happen. But the reality of the situation is, you can build a good enough team with all those guys that I think it's worth exposure to. Scherzer, Atlanta might not strike out much, but let's face it, that doesn't count games against guys like Scherzer. He's going to be one of my favorite options on the slate today. I get it, favorite option, he's expensive, he's a top price guy. Look, it always doesn't go that way, but that's how it goes today. So you just play the hand you're dealt. 3 favorite tournament options today: Drew Pomeranz, Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Like us on Facebook at Research Fantasy. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win. And join us again tomorrow.